And welcome to another episode of South Texas Crossfire. This is Attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV in Corpus Christi and Channel 21 in San Antonio. And let's not forget our friends down in Laredo, KVTV, Channel 13, the CBS affiliate. With me today, I have a guest whose family has been a part of the fabric of American and historical society. His brother was the President of the United States. His brother was the United States Attorney General. Mr. Ted Kennedy has done civil rights work for the Latino, for the African Americans. He's been on committees such as the Health, Education, Labor, Pension. He's also been on the Joint Economics Committee and also on the Armed Services Committee, providing armor for our young men and women out there to prevent them in harm's way in the Iraq War. He is also very vocal for the civil rights of Latinos and African Americans. He's also championed causes for CHIPS, TANF, and he's also helped the elderly. I give you Ted Kennedy. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Well, Joe, that's a real Corpus Christi welcome, I can tell you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be on the program, and I thank you for mentioning so many of the causes which are close to my heart. And I'm looking forward to coming down to Corpus Christi next week and being there with some old friends. You know, the Kennedys for years have been coming down into Corpus Christi and in the Valley, saying hello to old friends, and working continuously for years on so many of the matters that affect the community, trying to work on jobs, trying to get education for children, early education, and to try to deal with the problem of school dropouts, try to get health care, which is so important, and also to try to get immigration reform that's going to be based upon respecting the dignity of individuals that are working, devoted to their families, devoted to hard work, and devoted to their faith. So I've been working on these matters for years, and I've been working in the past few years with Barack Obama on all of these issues, and I can tell my friends that he will be a good ally for us when he's elected president. I'll work very closely with him, and we'll work closely together with our friends in the Valley and in Corpus Christi, and try and get something done. It's really a question whether we're going to be able to put together the kind of coalition to get things done. That's what we need now, a new direction. We need the change that'll bring young people into the political process and get things done for the Latino and Hispanic communities.
Well, Senator, you bring out some very good points, and you're listening to Senator Ted Kennedy. All the people out there in the South Texas community that are listening, and we're also going to be loading this up on YouTube. And Senator, let me just bring out that I thank you on behalf of all the Latinos and everybody out here. Since 1965, you've moved for the immigration policy that LBJ stood for. You also pushed for bilingual education, and many of us saw your very moving speech on C-SPAN, that 19-minute speech that was just awesome. It's loaded up on YouTube, anybody out there who sees it, where you endorsed, and Caroline was there, and your son Patrick. Everybody was out there pushing for Barack Obama. Now, some of the Hillary supporters, or some people that are sitting on the fence here in South Texas and don't know which way to go, are saying he gives great speeches, but can he deliver? Can he deliver? You know, Hillary came out and she was a little strong, saying, well, he gives great speeches, but I can deliver. I have a plan. And how do you respond to that, Senator?
Well, you know, the best proof of this, Joe, is the following. Barack Obama worked for communities, into community action in Chicago. Yes, and he worked on housing issues. He worked on education. He worked on immigration issues. He worked about getting jobs on all of these issues. And the interesting point is, when he was up for election, 75% of the Hispanic and the Latino vote went with him, because they had met him and they had seen his commitment, and they had heard him, and they had supported what he was doing for their community. I think that is a very important fact, and something that is not generally known, is that the people that have known him, who have worked with him, have seen the results. So the people locally in Chicago saw those results. I'm, the chairman of the Human Resource Committee, and worked on the areas that you outlined earlier. And I asked Barack Obama to come on my committee when he came to the Senate and spoke to the leadership. And when he's been on that committee, he has worked hard on our immigration reform, understanding that it is based upon respect for the dignity of the Latino and the Hispanic community. And he worked hard on that issue. He worked hard on the health issues, and he worked hard on education issues. And I know if you give him the support and the help, that you can have confidence in him that he'll work as President of the United States on these issues. That's why I am supporting him. That's why I'm so enthusiastic for him, and we'll make sure that he continues to give those areas which are of importance to Latino families the kind of effort in the future that this needs to achieve and accomplish the good results.
Well, Senator, I'm glad you brought that out. As you know, we have a large population of Latinos out there. Many are worried because, you know, this is leading up to Super Tuesday, and there are a lot of those super delegates, quote unquote, about 20% of the makeup of those delegates. How do you see that going as far as y'all are assisting and endorsing Barack Obama, but many of those are going to be here, especially in Texas. Do you know when Senator Obama is going to be here and what cities he is going to be at? And I understand you're coming into town. We'd love to interview you further and get your insight on that.
That's right. Well, first of all, the community that is listening to your program have to know how important their vote is. It's enormously important. And all over the country and all over the world, people will be looking to see how the people in the Valley and the Corpus Christi area are going to be voting. So, you know, most of the Democrats work hard. They don't have time for rallies. They don't have time to go to fundraisers. They just have a short time because they're working so hard for their families. So Barack needs their vote, and I hope people will know how important that vote is. Finally, let me just say, I think this race ought to be decided by the elected delegates, not the super delegates. I think that is the way we should go, and I think it will go that way. And I'm proud of the fact that Barack has been able to win the elected delegates, but he needs the help of your listeners. He needs their vote. He needs their support, not just at the election, but to help build this country. You know, President Kennedy challenged the nation, challenged it to go to the moon, and challenged it in the Peace Corps. And the people responded. We went to the moon, and people went in the Peace Corps. And he had the Alliance for Progress, too, to try and rebuild all of Central America and South America. And he was unable to get that finished. But he thought we ought to challenge individuals, and Barack challenges people to do better and become involved. And I think people in the Latino community welcome that opportunity. They want to participate in the solutions to the problems.
Well, Senator, you know, we stand on the shoulders of great men like you and your brothers, and you've also likened him to another great young man, Martin Luther King. Dr. King, who said that there's a fierce sense of urgency of now. You know, a lot of people are concerned with his age, but I know that you pointed that out, that your brother was very young when he was president.
Well, that's very true. You know, the other day I went to a conference of American historians, and they were making a judgment who were the best American presidents, and they said they had to have a criteria, you know, for selecting those best presidents. And these were some of the considerations. Was the individual able to inspire? Was the individual able to bring people together? Did the person have a vision about what needs to be done here at home and overseas? Was the person able to bring good people to help him in his administration? And when I listened to those, I said, that's Barack Obama. And we don't use those criteria today in selecting the presidents, but if we did, he would certainly be right up there.